Hey everyone, Evan Stiliason here, founder of Higher Mind Incense and the Northwest School of Aromatic Medicine. And I wanted to talk about something today that's been coming up a lot for me recently because it's that time of year. I've had a lot of people in my community coming down with colds and flu symptoms, and my partner Heather, she works with children, so she's constantly around germs, and she's usually the first one to be affected by any kind of cold or anything that comes through our valley here. And I usually help our friends and family out this time of year with different herbal medicines that we make, like elderberry syrup. And in our home, we usually have a pot of bone broth going at all times in the fall and winter. And we have a strong crock pot full of chaga tea and other herbs, all to help keep our immune system strong and resilient when the people around us are coming down with something. But another thing that we do to keep the atmosphere in our home fresh and cleansed is to bring the medicine into the air with the help of incense and essential oil diffusers. Not only are a lot of the incense herbs extremely efficient and potent antibacterial and antimicrobial and antivirals that help to kill the airborne bacteria, but they also help to cleanse the lungs and the respiratory system and kind of help to clear out the sinuses and free up our breathing a little bit. So they're really a perfect choice this time of year to help people stay healthy and protect you from getting sick. Or if you end up, you do come down with something, then a lot of the aromatic plants can help open up your nasal passages and lungs and definitely help to relieve a lot of the symptoms that come along with getting a cold and help you get back on the road to recovery sooner. Many incenses like frankincense have been used since ancient times to cleanse and purify the atmosphere in ancient times in infirmaries and hospitals, and even during times of plague. And back then, even in certain places around the world today, you would always see a pot of coals with aromatic plants or incense smoking in the corner, or kind of being carried around and wafted or smudged around the sick to help kill viruses and kind of keep things sanitary. The burning of incense and steam inhalation and herbal steam baths are all applications that have been used for thousands of years in the system of Ayurveda, in traditional Chinese medicine, and in ancient Egyptian Coptic medicine, and countless other alternative medicine practices for a variety of different imbalances and disorders, including congestion, including colds and flus. So if we follow what the ancients did and implement these application methods, they can really help our loved ones out and help ourselves feel a lot better if we do get sick. And with that being said, it's really important to know that these plants aren't necessarily gonna get down to the root cause of your illness. And sometimes, a sickness, it just needs to be worked through. It needs to run its course, no matter how hard we try to fight it. But when you use these plants in conjunction with other medicinal foods and different herbs, then it will most definitely help you recover your health faster. And usually this is the missing piece for a lot of people. They think, if I take medicines internally and eat the right foods and drink herbal teas, then, I should be good. But what a lot of people neglect to think about is that, this is just addressing one major aspect of health. But we also need to consider the air element and the inhalation of the air around us. It's this whole other delivery system of our medicine through our breath. As the respiratory system, our sinuses, and our brain and bloodstream even are all greatly affected through the aromatic medicine that we breathe in. So if you are experiencing sinus congestion or mucus or phlegm buildup from a cold or flu, then I suggest trying out maybe an herbal bath while burning incense or diffusing essential oils, because it can really help reduce some of that phlegm, and it can help to open up your chest, help you breathe easier, and kind of just help you feel a bit better all around. A lot of people also add essential oils to the bath as well. And regardless of what some people might read online or have heard from other people, we really only need to just put a few drops of essential oil in the bath. like 2 to 7 max. Remember that these oils are extremely potent and you don't need to really use a lot. And depending on what plant you're using, it can actually cause more harm than good to you if you go a little bit overboard. There's a lot of different stories online that you can look up about people using dropperfuls of essential oils and getting third-degree burns on their skin and body. So just be sure, take it easy. You only need about 2 to 7 drops in the bath. And at the same time, you can also benefit from the plants you're using by using their essential oils in a diffuser. And this way you can put a few drops in and turn on the diffuser for, you can leave it on for a few hours at a time even, and you can breathe in the aromatic medicine throughout the day, which can really be helpful. People around you are getting sick, or if you're sick yourself. And it can just kind of keep your home, the air in your home cleansed. And you can also, at the same time, you can burn incense plants as well throughout the day, which both of these are just as effective. In addition to being antimicrobial and antibacterial, a lot of the herbs that I'm about to mention also have expectorant actions. So when that phlegm and that congestion start to loosen up in the lungs, these expectorants can also help you to cough that phlegm up and kind of get it out of your body, which definitely helps in the detoxification process as well. Something to think about with all this is that when we're talking about respiratory and sinus symptoms, this is really the domain of aromatic plants. We breathe in their medicine and aromas, and they make their way naturally throughout all of our airways, and eventually they penetrate into our tissues and fluids throughout the body. So like I said before, by using aromatics, we're addressing this whole other aspect of our being that most people in the world honestly neglect. But yeah, I suggest trying out some different applications of aromatics this season to help you and your family. If you get sick, you'll want to try out different plants and see which ones work best for you, which ones work best for your loved ones, because we all have different body types and physical constitutions that all kind of require different remedies and care. So yeah, some of my favorite plants to work with for colds and flus and congestion are definitely frankincense and myrrh resins, eucalyptus and peppermint and rosemary. And from South America, I really like to use copal resin and Palo Santo wood or Palo Santo resin. And then my 3 favorite evergreen trees of North America that you can probably find, growing in your backyard are cedar and juniper and pine. So check out those plants if you're not familiar with them, and if you are, definitely try using them in the ways that I just mentioned and see which ones are best for you. So aromatics are really well-rounded medicines for what I'm talking about. First off, they help to kill the bacteria in the air, and they're taken into the lungs and eventually find their way into the bloodstream and lend a hand actually fighting off infection throughout the body and on certain levels. And then they address the sinuses and the phlegm buildup. They address the respiratory system and the congestion in the lungs. And they help to open up the airways and kind of make it easier for us to breathe when we have some of these symptoms. And of course, this all depends on which plants you're using, as they all have their different actions. But they're really ideal, if you're just feeling pretty crappy in general and you're blasting through boxes of tissues. So try a few of these applications out and try using essential oils in an essential oil diffuser. Just remember that a little goes a long way. Or maybe try taking an herbal bath. Or my favorite, of course, is burning incense. You can't really go wrong there. Or you can try out the classic steam inhalation method, and that's where you have a pot of boiling water and you place all your aromatic herbs into the water, and you place a towel over your head and you prop yourself over the pot and take deep inhales of the steam, that aromatic steam through the nose. So again, these herbs, they might not address the root cause of the symptoms, but they've been traditionally used for thousands of years and have been proven to help people to breathe easier and help dry out the sinuses during colds and flus. So that's it for now. Just wanted to share that with all of you at this time, this season here. And I wish you and your family good health. And I hope this video has served you. So take care and be well.